Oh, wait.
No! Where are you going? I just pressed start.
I forgot I have information about the movie on my computer.
Oh. Okay, well, welcome to the Video Game AV Club. This month, we watched the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Is it called the new Super Mario Brothers movie?
It's just called Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Bros.
But it's brothers, but it's
Brothers.
Bros, dude. This movie is still in theaters as of the date of this recording, yes. But you can also rent it or purchase it on Amazon Prime.
Cool.
Which is what we did.
How much is it?
It was pretty much the price of two people. It's about $30 to buy it.
To go to the movies is $30 for two people?
For two people, if you go get like popcorn and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's like way more than that.
I think movies are cheaper than that.
No, the whole movie going experience.
$5 Friday, Wednesdays.
Tuesdays, usually. Tuesdays.
Depends on the theater.
Yeah, that's true. All right, this movie is directed by three people. We have Aaron Horvath, who did the Teen Titans Go. Michael Jelenic, who also did Teen Titans Go and the Batman animated. And then Pierre Ledwick, who this is his directorial debut, because he previously was in the animations department for The Grinch and Despicable Me. This is Illuminate production, so.
Which Despicable Me? Just the first one?
I think the first one.
Which one's your favorite?
I am partial.
I'm counting the Minions movies. I'm counting them as Despicable Me. They're spinoffs, they count.
I'm trying to, it's hard for me to distinguish what's what now, because it's been so long since I've seen it.
And wait, so there's only, I know this is not on the Mario Brothers movie, I'm sorry, but, so there's the first one, right? And then there's the second one where he gets a girlfriend, and then there's the Minions movie.
Yes.
No, there's a third one. There is a third one.
But Minions came
next.
And then there's the Despicable Me 3.
With, like, England and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was Despicable Me 3, which had that guy who was, like, a childhood, and he had, like, the twin brother.
Yes, the brother.
And then the next one that was recent was Rise of Gru, which was him as a kid.
I have not seen that one.
Well, then I can't ask you which is your favorite, because you haven't seen all of them.
I like the Minions part of it, though.
So you like the Minions movie?
It was funny.
But is it your favorite?
Probably not. The first one was good. I liked the first one. All right, it was written, speaking of The Rise of Gru, it was written by Matthew Fogel, who wrote The Minions Rise of Gru, as well as the Lego Movie 2.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. That'll make even more sense because our principal actor, who is It's Me, Mario.
Controversial,
Chris
to say the least.
He did not do the normal Chris Pratt, I'm Lego dude voice.
He did a little bit.
He tried to do a little bit of a Brooklyn accent.
Just a little bit.
But a little bit.
Like a LaCroix Brooklyn accent. Like, you can barely tell that it's there.
But he did not go full, it's a me. He says it's a me, Mario, a couple times.
He does, though, in one part of the movie, which was interesting. I think he did a fine job. He was fine. He did a good job.
Yeah.
I think worries were unfounded. The cast was fine.
Anya Taylor-Joy was Peach. She is probably most well known for the Queen's Gambit.
She's been doing a lot of stuff lately.
She's doing a lot of stuff. Charlie Day is Luigi, and he is best known as Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Our villain is Bowser, and that's played by Jack Black. We have Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. And then we have the original Mario, Charles Martinet, does make an appearance very briefly as Mario's jerk dad.
And the guy in the beginning who says that their commercial is really good.
It's a me. They do the voice. So this did come out.
I'm sorry, you're not going to bring up Donkey Kong and his dad, Cranky?
No. That was a lot of people to go through.
Very mean.
He's
important in the movie.
So Seth Rogen does Donkey Kong.
Thank you.
You can tell because he does this little giggle laugh.
I feel like they made him do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that everyone knows.
And then Fred Armstead does the voice of his dad. There's only like 35 listed actors in this film, so I mean I could go through all of them. The little Lumini star, which is the unsung hero of this movie.
I knew you would like that star. I saw that and I was like, I bet my sister would think this was super funny.
It's
did.
dark.
She did.
That is actually one of the director's daughters. So
nepotism at its finest.
It is, again, it's still in theaters. It came out this year. It's currently the highest grossing film in 2023. It's, as of the date of this recording, has made about $554 million.
I mean, is anyone surprised?
It is Mario. If you think Little Mermaid's gonna knock it off the...
No, I actually don't. I'm gonna say Mario is probably more popular than The Little Mermaid.
Avatar, I think, is still listed as number 2. That came out last year, though. It came out
last year.
But, like, towards the end of the year, so it bled over.
Because I saw it in February of this year. So I was confused. But it did come out last year.
It's trying to take 2 years in a row. That's what it's
get out of theaters. Nobody wants to see you anymore. Way of Water.
It is about an hour and a half. On IMDb, there was 2 synopses. The first one was the story of the Super Mario Bros. On their journey through the Mushroom Kingdom. And that was it.
That's a good one.
It's like,
wait, have you ever seen the Hulu, like, when they describe episodes of shows and it's like 3 words?
No.
It's so I was watching New Girl and it went from Netflix to Hulu, and Netflix has like a nice sentence,
like a paragraph, right?
It tells you exactly what it is. But then on Hulu it'll be like, they get into trouble.
That's like every episode.
What?
How is this different from the previous one? Jess cries.
I'm kind of impressed at how much they can take a whole thing that happens and just change it into 3 words.
I wonder if they just copy and paste, repeat them.
Maybe they get into trouble again. Whoopsie. Someone's in trouble.
The second, though, more probably better description is a Brooklyn plumber named Mario travels through the Mushroom Kingdom with a princess named Peach and an anthropomorphic mushroom named Toad to find Mario's brother Luigi and to save the world from a ruthless, fire-breathing Koopa named Bowser. Koopa. You want to guess Rotten Tomato score?
Oh, it's probably a full juicy tomato, and it's probably like a 80.
So the critics gave it a 59% splat.
Suck it.
And the audience gave it a 95.
95?
95.
Yeah, I noticed that critics didn't like it. So I have the I'm a Film Major app called Letterboxed. The funny thing about Letterboxd is that... Oh, follow us on Letterboxd. I'll put the link down below. Is you get both parties here when it comes to people reviewing movies. You get the memers who are like, Mr. President, a second bullet bill has hit the tower. That's one review. Or you get the people who are taking it very seriously and are like, here's my like essay that I wrote on this film and why I think it's trash.
Do you think they wrote it for their class?
I don't know. There's something about taking it a little too seriously and writing your 5-page essay on why you think this is a mundane film is a little bit cringe to me.
Especially since it's a kid's film.
I mean,
I get the nostalgia thing.
I don't want to give it an excuse.
It's a video game, but...
Yeah, you can critique anything you want. You have that right. But also, I also have the right to make fun of you for...
You have the right to your opinion, and
Mario
I
Brothers
have
movie
the right to my opinion about your opinion. Yeah,
it's no like Moonlight or anything, so
it's not. Yeah, it's not going for the Oscar.
It's for money. It's for Nintendo and Universal Studios to make that sweet dough. So
get it.
It's not a passion project. Nobody filmed it on their iPhone and cried.
I'm sure someone cried.
Oh, a lot of people cried in the movie theater I went to. People were hyped. I saw it in theaters. A bunch of kids around me were very excited about everything, including 2 teen girls that were sitting next to me. They were very hyped and kept saying under their breath, "Oh my god, it's this! Oh my god, it's that! Oh my god!" And I'm like...
That is either, like, good or bad because it can take you out of the theater, but then I definitely have been to, especially kids' movies, where you get the kids' reactions and it, like, enhances the movie-going experience.
I think it can if they're not being annoying about it.
If they're not singing the Frozen songs at the top of their voice when I have not seen it before, yeah, that's...
Excited about the movie, I think you get a pass. If you're on your phone and like have the bright light on and not paying attention, or you're running around screaming, children, then I think that's the problem that I have. Yeah. But if you're just like, oh, look, I'm excited, and then you like stop screaming at the appropriate time, you're allowed.
Like there's a bunch of movies where the kids are like, oh no.
Yeah, that's fine.
And everyone laughs. It's cute.
Reviews are funny on Letterboxd. It's different, very different than like Goodreads, because I consider Letterboxd to be like the Goodreads of
Of film.
film, but also I don't see people making meme one-liner reviews of books. Do you see that
They're
on
out
Goodreads?
there.
Because most of the time people take their books very seriously.
Yes, they do.
And they're like, here's my 5-paragraph essay on this book. But I mean, that's just kind of the...
They're also...
That's just the reader time.
Yeah,
Am
well,
I right?
You're getting into... It's all about words.
Sure.
So, but, I mean, sometimes you'll see that one-liner, and then, like, down below, like, a couple spaces, you'll get the 5-paragraph essay, but... So
I haven't
they'll
seen a
preface it.
one-liner yet.
Oh, I see quite a few. Yeah.
But is it like a one-liner like you're making a joke, or is it like a one-liner like, it's good?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's the joke ones?
On most of the popular books.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We're reading not very popular books for our book club, so I don't see them. I mostly see when I look up Goodreads is, gave it to my kid. My kid loved it. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for reviewing the book you didn't read.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
All right, are you ready to deep dive into the world of Mario Bros?
I want to give you my first impression that I
Yes.
wrote on Letterboxd, which was I want to be the memer kind. I don't want to give you my 5-paragraph thoughts because that's what this podcast is for.
Yes, so you can get the truncated version on our letterbox.
I think I said in the description of our Letterboxd, hey, this is Savvy Gaming Network's official AV Club's Letterboxd account. Get the inside scoop about how we feel about these video game movies. For full musings, check out the Video Game Book Club podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Here you're just getting the abridged version. I used musings. Very fancy.
What were your musings for?
My musings was, I'm honestly impressed Luigi was more scared of skeletons than lava. Couldn't be me. There's 2 scenes in this movie where Luigi, actually 3, where he just did not care that there's lava there. And I was...
Got stuff in to help his bro.
I was impressed. Because I'd definitely be more afraid of lava.
I definitely fell into lava several times while playing Mario Bros.
Okay. I was like, where's this going?
No, that's too hot for me.
Yeah, we just die. I'm very afraid of lava.
I mean, it's kind of slow moving, but...
Yeah, but like if I touch it, my finger's just gone.
Well, the chemicals that you get from breathing it in are also going to damage you.
I won't even make it to the lava.
It's so hot.
All right, we're going to do a deep dive into the entire plot of this film. So if you haven't seen it and you want to, now's your chance to go to the theater,
To
pay
pause
$30.
and come back to us later to see if you too thought the same things that we did.
Yes. But if you haven't, welcome. What'd you guys think of it? That's cool. What'd you think of it, Elise?
It was all right.
Yeah, it was okay. That was fine.
Yeah. I
said,
don't know what I expected. I don't think I came in with any expectations because
I said it was pretty safe. It's a short movie. It's like an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It moves very
it did
fast.
not feel like it felt like only an hour because there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that happens pretty quickly. They don't dive in deeply to things. They jump from one thing to the next.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
I would also say if you do not know anything about Mario Bros.
But my question is, how do you not know anything about Mario
Well,
Bros?
some little kids, and maybe they haven't played it yet.
Every little kid has played Mario. It's a rite of passage.
Well,
You have to have played Mario.
you might not know what's happening in this
I
film.
only knew one person who didn't know what Mario was because she asked me what these kids were dressed up as. And I was like, that's Mario and Luigi. And she's like, who's that? And then I had to explain that. And then she's like, so who's the turtle? I was like, that's Bowser. And she's like, what's that? And so I had to give the lore.
And what rock was this person hiding under their whole life?
Age, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I have artwork hanging up in my living room of the Super Mario Bros. The roulette, not the roulette wheel, but the
It's the like what's
matching
the
thing
machine?
where you have the star, the flower, and
It's
the
the
mushroom.
like casino machine.
Yeah.
What is
Slot
that
machine.
called? Slot machine. Yeah, it's a thing for 3.
Yes.
What's your favorite Mario game?
Super Mario Bros.
The first one?
Probably. It's been so long since I've played any Mario games.
You don't remember any of them?
I don't remember which one it was which.
Well, this one's from 3.
Okay.
2 is the one where you get to play as either like Peach or Luigi or Toad. And it's the first time she glides. You remember that?
Yeah, that
You
game
have
was
to pick up the
so
turnip.
frustrating. Yes, I remember that one. Took forever for her to pick him up. I used to always play as Peach or Toad.
Always Peach because she can glide.
I was a fan of Toad.
Why Toad?
Because he's the short and I'm short.
Okay, I see. You relate to Toad.
Yes.
Big Toad fan over here.
Actually, my ringtone on my phone is Mario Brothers.
Oh. That's right.
When it's on, because it's always on silent, but...
You played Odyssey, though. You really liked Odyssey.
Odyssey, well, I was playing Breath of the Wild first, and I got bored and frustrated with that, so
Odyssey was a breath of fresh air. I see. It was your rebound.
It was my rebound. I was like, this game is way easier, and I know what to do, so let's play this game. But I thought it was a cute, like, redo.
Redo?
Like, Into the World of Mario.
Oh, reintroduction.
Yes.
This one has an interesting introduction.
We start with Bowser.
Yeah, we do start with Bowser, though. Before we get to the introduction. Bowser's attacking the penguins.
I called them the ice penguins. Because they have this, like, igloo, like, castle thing. And Bowser's on this floating island that's full of lava. And they get ready to fight. Bowser has the magician guy who I don't remember in the game at all.
I'm surprised.
So it's the fact that I'm sure he's frustrating. I don't even know what his name is.
Yeah, so Bowser goes and attacks the penguins and destroys their town just to get the question mark box, which has the invincibility star in it.
And we find out later why he gets that. Peach thinks it's to destroy the world, but nope. And then he gets the star, and everyone's like, oh. And then we see it's a Mario and a Luigi, and they're making a commercial.
Yeah, they have a commercial for their plumbing business because they decided to go solo.
Because they lost Spike.
I think they quit. I'm going to say that they quit from Spike. I know you said that
Spike fired him is what he says, because Spike's in the diner. So they're watching this commercial in a diner, and then they don't actually have those voices, which I thought was weird. They make a couple of comments about it, and the guy playing the pinball machine was like, I like the voice. Good voice.
They just did the voice for the commercial.
And everyone's like, well, that's weird. Have you gotten any phone calls yet? And Luigi's like, yes. Our mom called us. The magician guy, his name is Kamek.
Kamek?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it. It's Kamek.
They actually do get a first call, though, while they're in the diner, and it's to fix a leaky faucet.
But Luigi answers it, and we don't hear the other side of the conversation. It's like, yes, we'll be right. Oh, that's great. Not for you, but for us. We'll be right over. And then he, like, drops his phone, and...
When I first saw this movie, I was like, oh, he didn't get the address. That's going to be like a problem or something, right? And then it wasn't a problem at all. So I just, have to accept that. Just disbelief.
Yeah.
I think I can let that slide.
So then they rush out of the diner. They get in their car, but their car doesn't work.
So they get out.
So Mario gives Luigi the giant bag of tools, and then they platform it
to this
parkour
fancy house in Brooklyn.
Yes. Which for a second I thought was a pet babysitting store, because there's a dog, and then Luigi steps on the bone, and then the dog hates him.
Yeah, and then the dog tries to attack them while they're doing their plumbing work, and it causes the whole place to get more destroyed.
And yet, so the shower is filling up with water because the dog's in there, and if it fills all the way up, then the dog can escape to bite them again. And Mario fixes it by fixing the toilet and flushing the toilet, and then all of a sudden there's no more water in the shower, so drains.
Yeah, but then the dog like flies out the window, and
they catch it at the butt of a...
They're wrecking the mirror, and the sink gets more wrecked and explodes, and water comes up the tiles on the floor.
The homeowners come in, and he's like, oh, fix the problem.
And then smash cut to them going back to their big family house.
Family dinner. They're eating spaghetti with mushrooms, and Mario's like, ew, gross mushrooms. And then the uncle or whoever is there is like, everyone loves mushrooms, which will be a running gag in this whole movie.
Yes. The family is not impressed with the commercial. They make fun of them mercilessly.
And he's like, Dad, you're proud of us, right? And Dad's like, don't chase crazy dreams, and you're bringing your brother down.
Yeah, and
like very
keep
non-supportive.
your day job. Oh wait,
Charles
you left
married
it.
me. Yeah, and they're living at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question that I know I asked you when you were watching is like, how old are these guys?
According to the Mario guy, they're 25-ish in age.
So he said Mario's like 25. I think Luigi's probably
a little bit younger, probably, but not by much. Miyamoto, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. Mario's playing video games in his room, and then Luigi comes in, and there's a news broadcast, and a water main breaks in downtown Brooklyn, and there's like, someone save Brooklyn. And Mario's like, I can do that. And he's making fun of their effort because they're trying to fix it where the water's coming out, and he's like, that's not even the right place. And then he opens a manhole underwater, and everything starts to drain, and there's a whirlpool. Then they go down that side. They end up crashing through a wall, and they're in this like older plumbing place.
Yeah, Doan's been down there for years.
And then we see the green
pipe.
And of course, Luigi's like, oh, what's this?
And it sucks them in.
And then they're in this like psychedelic rainbow luminescent.
They get separated.
Mario's like, we'll be fine nothing can hurt us as long as we're together. And they immediately get separated. Mario ends up hitting a giant mushroom. I put Mario in Mushroom World is what I put.
The Mushroom Kingdom?
Mushroom World. And Luigi ends up in the Darklands.
Darklands.
I put Dark Lava World.
I originally put Bowser Territory, but it's the Darklands. Right. Toad
But they're all in the same world, right?
I'm assuming.
That's what it looked like because they have to travel. They travel back and forth.
Yeah. Toad is talking to Mario to see if he's like, oh, you should go see the princess. Maybe she can help you find your brother or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where they're off to. They're going to go to the castle. And Luigi gets chased by Dry Bones and gets caught by some Shy Guys. And this is when I made that joke about him not being afraid of lava. Because he gets chased by Dry Bones and then he just hops over like a bunch of lava to get to a decrepit castle where a bunch of Shy Guys are at. Yeah. And I was like, wow, he's not afraid of anything. Which is like his bit.
Yeah, and it's Charlie Day. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't have him more scared of everything.
Well, I think they did, but...
Cut out his scenes?
No, he was scared, right?
Yeah.
He was running away. He was afraid of whatever, and then he hid in a thing, and then he's scared, and there's not a lot of scenes with him, to be honest.
No, he's, like, not
After
in it
this,
very
you
much.
barely see Luigi, so...
Mario is now in the Mushroom Kingdom. They go to the castle where they have the joke, like, he's like, I'm here to see your princess. And they're like, what princess? Oh yeah, that princess. Yeah, she's in another castle.
But got him. He breaks into the castle.
The Toad people. They're looking at this super sick 3D map, though.
Yeah, so they're having a meeting
about the table
about how Bowser's coming to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom, and Peach is like, I'm gonna try to make an alliance with the Kong Kingdom to see if I can get their army.
I will not let him hurt you. I'm gonna hire someone else. Although she's like a warrior to herself, but
all these Toad people aren't gonna do anything.
No,
they have giant spears, but...
And then she's like, tomorrow. I'm gonna go tomorrow to get this army. And she walks out in the hallway, and
Mario runs into her.
And he gets tackled.
Yeah, she tackled him. Well, she flips him, and then he gets tackled. And then Peach is like, yeah, you can come with me. Because Mario tells her his plight. And he's like, oh, can I come with you? And she's like, you have to pass my platforming challenge first.
Trial by parkour is what I put. There's a giant question mark box, and that's where she teaches him about leveling up. And she makes him stuff a giant mushroom in his face.
He has to get used to eating mushrooms now. Yeah. This is the time he has to get used to the fact that he's going to have to eat a lot of mushrooms.
Power up by mushrooms. But Mario hates mushrooms. Nah. And then your song came on.
Not yet. Bowser plans to ask Peach to marry him, and if she says no, then he will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom. That's when we find out his plan.
Yeah, I got back to Bowser's floating island, and he's having a rock party.
Oh, are you talking about when Mario was platforming?
I need a hero. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that because that's the Shrek 2 song, and if anyone else uses it, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Maybe Saints Row. Saints Row did use it once, and I thought that was pretty tight. But other than that,
it's basically just a training montage of him failing epically.
I don't like the music in this movie. I think their choices were weird. I get why they did that song, right? Because the hero, he needs one. I don't. Who cares?
The one later was.
Yeah, it's just shoehorny to me. At least
It's
it's
very
not
Shrek.
like. At least it's not like top 200 of today.
Not like some Taylor Swift in there.
I don't know what the popular songs of today are. I just make
Just
my
shake it up.
Spotify.
Just shake it
That's
up.
old.
That
You
is
can't
old.
use that one. You listen to the radio?
No.
Okay, well, we don't know. Yeah, so Luigi is getting taken away. We cut back to Luigi, and he has like a baby Mario, baby Luigi flashback where
Yeah, he was building a castle and a kid kicked it.
and then Mario came and beat the kid up.
Mm-hmm. And so then we go back to Mario and the princess, and they're leaving to go down the pipe to leave Mushroom Land.
Oh yeah, they have to walk there.
And they're like following him, and then one of the mushroom toad people are like,
Toad from the beginning.
he's like,
Keegan Michael Key Toad.
who's, no, this is before that. He's like, who's he?
Oh.
And she's like, he's not important. And then they just dip. But then they all know who he is later, so I was confused. But
I guess they learned.
yeah, Toad is gonna tag along because he's Mario's best friend.
Yes.
Mario doesn't know that. And it's another montage of them walking through a bunch of different levels from a bunch of different games.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi's in the background of one. Now we're at the Bowser song.
Yeah, it says cuts to Jack Black singing. He probably asked to do this, I'm assuming.
Probably, so we'll get credit if it plays. Get that money.
I don't think you can stop Jack Black from singing. He just has to.
Then he gets interrupted and he learns about Mario. And he tells the magician guy, he's like, sit, jump with me. So they play that do-do-do-do-do-do. And then he slams the cover down on the keys and is like, learn through pain. He's like super insecure.
He's jealous. He's super jealous. He's like, does he look handsome? We think princesses would like him. And Kimmick's like, no. He gets jealous and slams the keyboard on him, key thing, and then leaves.
Then it's at night and we're with Peach, Mario, and Toad, and there's all the flowers, and Peach touches a flower to start the fire, and then it's her backstory. He's like, are you from my world? And she's like, I don't know, my earliest memories, I just showed up here with all the Toad people, and then they made me their princess when I was old enough.
She's probably from that world. It's the human world, but she's like, I don't know, could be an alien. There's a bunch of galaxies out there, could be from anywhere.
Then we're back at Bowser. Luigi is delivered to Bowser, and he's like torturing him by pulling out his mustache hair, and then he's like, do princesses find Mario attractive?
And Luigi says if they have good taste. So he gets thrown in jail.
He is now in a cage, which is over the lava, which is where we see the penguin people. And then we see the little Lumini, I think is what the name is.
Yeah, it's the
like
Luma
a little
from Galaxy.
And like a little kid's voice that says deep, depressing things. Like, time, like hope, is an illusion. And then all the other people are like, just shut up, kid. You're ruining the vibe. All right, now we are in the Kong Kingdom.
Yeah, they made it to the Kong Kingdom. This is where they have go-karts.
So they knock on the door, and there's a gorilla in a sports coat. And then he's like, jump in my car. And then Take On Me plays while they're driving through this land and fly to meet, what did you say it was?
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the Emperor's New Groove guy. It's very like Aztec-y.
This is when we just like, because I was like, this is a weird song choice. Why did they pick this? And I'm like, are they trying to go for like an 80s vibe because Mario came out in the 80s?
It was the wrong song.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
They're like racing cars around. They're like, take on me, take on me.
Yeah, that's the song.
Yeah, but it did not fit.
So Cranky Kong is not going to give his army away unless Mario defeats his son in combat.
The Great Ring of Kong. So he's got to fight Donkey Kong.
Gotta fight Donkey Kong.
And he's just beating up Mario.
Yeah, he loses a lot.
Is this what you came for? Which is the Gladiator reference. And so he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna win!" So he starts parkouring again, and then he hits the question mark box. What is that? What is those things called?
Question mark blocks.
Loot box.
They're question mark blocks.
And a blue mushroom comes, and of course he's like, "Haha! I'm gonna now kick your butt!" And he eats it, and then of course it shrinks him.
Yeah.
And he just gets flicked into the wall.
He gets beat up some more until he manages to get another question mark block.
Because Peach is like, "Hit the block!"
Oh, because he was getting beat up.
Yeah, there's the flower one too, and he's gonna go like, "Oh, I'm gonna get firepower," and then Donkey Kong's behind him and just like
blows it out. But he manages to win with the cat suit. Cats defeat monkeys, I guess, because with that agility, he was able to defeat Donkey Kong.
Scratch him in the face.
So Peach gets to the Kong army, and they're going to help against Bowser.
And they're going to take a shortcut, and they're going to do that with carts. And, of course, you've got to customize your cart.
Yeah, they're going to ambush him. Mm-hmm. That's their plan. So, yeah, they customize their carts.
And then we cut to Bowser. He's practicing his proposal, which did not go well in practice or when he does it for real. And of course he hears about Mario's plan, so he's like, "Haha, I'm gonna ambush their ambush."
But a pretty good plan.
Yeah.
This is Mario and Kongs are going to Rainbow Road. I put Mario promises Peach that he would buy her a turtle.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, tell me about your world," and he's like, "Oh, turtles are pets." She's like, "What? Really?" He's like, "Yeah, well, come to Brooklyn. I'll buy you a turtle."
Come to Brooklyn. I'll buy you a turtle.
And then I put Koopas enter the race.
Yeah, so they get ambushed by Bowser, and they don't do very well at all. They get blue shelled and end up splitting up. Yeah, Donkey Kong and Mario fall into the water. And
Mario's car gets hit first, and he's like flopping around, and then he joins Kong, and then
DK.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
You rap that.
I actually don't know the full rap, so.
Peach ends up saving Toad, and so they're together, and then they get blue shelled, and Donkey Kong and Mario end up in the water, and they're about to get eaten by a...
It's called a mare. I looked it up.
It's an eel.
It's a mare. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is an eel.
It's an eel.
But it's a mare. So.
And so... Donkey Kong's like, "You saved my life," and Mario's like, "Don't mention it." And Donkey Kong's like, "Yeah, if you could not mention it, that'd be great."
Yeah, he's like, "I won't tell anybody." He's like, "Oh yeah, please don't."
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
And then Mario's like, "All right, okay, no thanks, all right, whatever." Yeah, the whole Kong army just got taken.
Yeah, and then because the Koopa's floating island just absorbs them, they get like tractor beamed onto the island. But Mario and Koopa then get eaten by the eel.
Yeah, and Peach and Toad go back to the Mushroom Kingdom to warn everybody that they're just coming.
She's like, "Evacuate the city!"
But they're too late, and Bowser shows up to the Mushroom Kingdom to propose, and she rejects him, and he says that if she doesn't say yes, he will hurt her toads, so she says yes.
Yes. I like also that Toad has a frying pan. Like, he's like, "I'm gonna..."
She's got like a spear, and she's in her...
Because then he tortures Toad, and then she's like, "Fine, just don't hurt the toads, and then I'll marry you." But she's got a plan. But time for wedding.
They go back to the prisoners hanging by the lava, and they're like, "Congratulations, prisoners, you're invited to the royal wedding where you will be ritualistically sacrificed."
And then we have "Life is sad, prison is sad."
Mario and DK are inside the mare bonding over their daddy issues.
Yeah. "My dad thinks I'm a loser." "Yeah, so does my dad." So we're now getting ready for the wedding. Toad delivers the bouquet to Peach.
Wait, before that happens, they get out of the eel.
Oh, yeah.
They smoke it out. They use the carts to, like, create a bunch of gas in the eel so that the eel barfs them out.
How very...
Pinocchio
of you.
Yeah, so they're out and they're heading to the Mushroom Kingdom. Now we're back to the wedding.
Now Toad delivers a bouquet to Peach. Then Peach comes to the altar and they see the prisoners and she's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Time for the ritual sacrifice." And they're
in your honor.
slowly lowering them into the lava while the ceremony is going on. Peach punches the priest who is also that magician guy. And then Bowser's like, "Fine, we're breaking up."
Peach uses a frost flower that was in her bouquet to fight Bowser and to stop the prisoners from being lowered. She freezes their, like, little chain crank.
Yeah. So she freezes Bowser, then the crank, and then they start fighting.
DK and Mario show up to help.
They're at the Mushroom Kingdom. They're gonna fight their way up And then Mario gets the raccoon suit.
Yep, the Tanuki suit. He gets to fly up. Donkey Kong has to climb up.
Peaches is fighting, but she gets hit, so she loses her freeze ability.
Yeah, so Mario has to stop and save the prisoners.
Luigi is in the cage and is almost dead.
So close to dying.
He's like on the very top of his cage, holding on for dear life. Mario then saves Luigi.
And Donkey Kong saves his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Bowser launches the bomb. He's like, screw this, launch this.
Yeah.
He sees them together and they're like high-fiving and like, we did it, guys! And then he gets really mad and
launch the bomber bill to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom. So Mario has to use his Tanuki suit to like fly over. He tries to reason with the bomber bill.
He's like pushing it.
It doesn't work. So the only way that it did stop was when he smacked it in the eyeball, and then it goes after him. So he has to find a way to stop it. So he decides to fly towards that green pipe he came through and send the bomber bill through that, and it works.
But the pipe then shows up in another part of that world, though, which was weird. Because it explodes, like, further off, and then they all get sucked in.
Yeah.
Back to Brooklyn. We see Mario's family around the table, although they don't care that their sons aren't there. And everything's shaking.
It's only been a couple hours.
Mario falls back into the streets of Brooklyn. He sees the star.
Bowser just comes and is pissed.
Yeah.
And he is fighting Mario now. He's trying to beat him up. Mario goes and hides, basically. He gets thrown into that pizza place from the beginning where you saw the commercial. Mm-hmm. And Bowser's like, come and fight me, coward. And Mario's like, oh, I'm just going to sit here.
And he's very dejected and looks like he's passed out. And
Peach and DK just go and fight him
instead.
They're
fighting. He hears the commercial and he's like, we're here to save Brooklyn. Save Brooklyn. Because it's broken. And he comes on, he's like, let's go. And Bowser says, you just don't know when to quit. And that's his whole thing.
That's his whole thing, yeah. So Peach kicks the star to Mario, and then Mario runs after it, and Bowser's like throwing fire at him.
But the fire pushes him closer to the star too, which is weird.
And he almost gets lit on fire, but then Luigi stops the fire with
he's got the manhole cover.
Those are heavy.
Yes.
And then both Mario and Luigi jump for the star, and they get it
and
just
they
in
level
time.
Up.
And now they're invincible, and they just destroy Bowser. They
punch him.
They punch and kick him and pick him up, and so long, Bowser. And they throw him in the air, and they punch him, and they throw him down.
Then Peach has a treat for Bowser. It is that blue mushroom that we saw from before. And Donkey Kong's like, his little Seth
Can you do Seth Rogen laugh?
I can't do the weird Seth Rogen. It's like,
is that good?
You got the blue mushroom. And he shrinks and he gets put in a jar. And Mario's like,
I knew I'd get you a turtle.
I'll get you a pet turtle. And then Peach is like, Luigi, although we've never met, you're so brave. And
Thanks.
Luigi is like, it's kind of my thing. Which is not, so.
And Mario's dad is now proud of him.
Yes.
Good job, son.
He's my son.
But really showed that turtle what's up.
It really says something, though, that they are no longer in Brooklyn at the end of the movie. They're just like, screw you all, Dad. We're going to live in the Mushroom Kingdom.
And now they do their plumbing for the Mushroom Kingdom, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie.
Then we see Bowser singing a song at the end, but he's in a cage and he's still little.
Yeah. All he has to do is get hit once.
Yeah.
And he's big again. And then there is a final one at the very end of the credits, which is the underground pipe room with a Yoshi egg.
Yes. And it cracks. And then
that's
it.
So the next game is Yoshi.
Yeah,
it was fine. I'd see the next one.
I don't know if I would see it in theaters, though.
I don't know, maybe. Depends.
Yeah.
Depends on what the plot is. If it's just all Yoshi related, maybe not.
I don't know, I liked Yoshi.
I hoped that it was Luigi's Mansion themed, but because there was like so little Luigi in this movie.
There was.
Disappointed.
It's no longer the year of Luigi, though.
It's been the year of Luigi since 2005. When had it stopped being the year of Luigi? Wait,
I feel like it's not I don't feel like people care as much about Luigi anymore.
No,
I feel like it's the year of the Peach.
It's the year of the Peach, really?
I have no idea.
I don't know what year it is. It's the year of the Yoshi now. Of the Yoshi.
Of the Yoshi. Just the one.
Just Yoshi. You know the one.
That one.
Who's your favorite Mario character? Who would you always pick? Is it Toad?
I would always pick Toad.
With not Toadette?
No.
Like
And then when I would play the Mario Kart, the Koopa.
The Koopa?
Is it the Koopa? Is it the orange guy? Is that Koopa?
I mean, maybe. I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's
I'm on like a Mario Kart roster.
because there's Peach, and then who's the other lady?
Daisy.
Daisy.
Who's my favorite Mario character because she's loud and obnoxious.
And then
It's Daisy!
I can get it, Daisy.
I love Daisy.
Well, you were always Daisy, so everyone has to be different. You can't be the same character.
Yeah, I was always just Peach or Daisy because I'm really boring. In Super Smash Bros, I always main Peach because she could fly. And I didn't know how to do the double jump stuff, so the fact that you could fly up.
There you go.
And Kirby was always taken. Because Kirby can also do the fly stuff.
Yeah, he just sticks his tongue out. Everyone eats people. Let's click on it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. This guy. Who's this guy? Koopa Troopa. That's the one I chose. Always.
That's basically the Toad of the bad guys team
Yeah.
anyway, so that makes a lot of sense.
Toad or Koopa Troopa? Alright. Next month?
Next month we are watching or finishing The Last of Us.
I know it's been out for a while, but
we're
we have
finally
other
going to
things
finish
to do.
it, so we're going to see what all the big ol' hubbub's about.
a lot of people really liked it. Full season. They did go through the entire first game in the first season, which was really surprising.
So that means the second season's the second game?
I can't. If that is, I'm not going to be able to watch it. That game was so traumatizing.
Okay. Well, we'll see you for a traumatizing episode of the AV Club.